Alright, so I just wanted to make this video to show my VOW Fusion Core build and some of the setup things that I've done. Show the build before I throw the lids on these casings. I have it pretty much wrapped up. Maybe can walk through some of the challenges I faced, as well as just show generally what I've done with the board. Yeah, it's a 32S2P build with Molicel P50Bs. I really went all out on this. Did copper bus bars, 10 gauge wire, XT90s, try to get as low resistance as possible for the most power. But yeah, I'll just kind of walk you through, show the board here, as well as the world's messiest table as I was working on it. So yeah, we can start at the rear. You can see the 16S2P battery pack that I built. One thing that I did here is just try to push it back slightly. I saw some other people who did this build where they mentioned that the weight was forward biased. So there's a spacer down at the bottom of this lid, or this casing, which shifts it back a little bit. I'm hoping that will be enough to give it a little bit rearward bias without adding weight. We'll see about that. But yeah, I used wire sleeving throughout, which is a major pain. I mean, it looks really good, but totally unnecessary. So yeah, you can see the Eno X-Lite Master balancer set up with everything's connected, the charger ports and battery connections. One kind of cool thing that I found on Amazon, you'll notice here this black box, as well as this black thing covered in heat shrink. This is actually a Apple AirTag and 2 lithium AA batteries. So I found this thing on Amazon, cut it up, extended the wiring, and it basically just powers this AirTag, and it'll probably last at least 15 years. So no worries about those going dead. Another cool thing with the wiring, for the LEDs, which I've always had trouble with in my builds, I had this, I used this shielded wire. So it has four wires inside of it with copper braid around it. Who knows if it works that well, but this is the first time I've built a board where the lighting actually works. So if I turn it on here, you can see the lights are solid, they're awesome. First time doing that for me, so super happy with it. My build's powered by the JetFleet F6, kind of standard there, nothing really to talk about. Yeah, with the BK8 Voyager remote. Stanley with VOW Systems, I mean, he did an amazing job with this. Like, this Fusion Core is just awesome. Can't wait to put it in the motor and see how this thing works. The front of the board is also kind of standard for a Fusion Core build. I have my 16S2P pack up front, along with the for the buck converter, I'm using a JetFleet 12 volt DC converter, which it is just awesome. It has this enable pin which is connected to the aux, which I'll talk about that here because that's one of the challenges I had. It is just great. It turns on when the board turns on and doesn't have any draw when it's off. The one issue I had was that I didn't read the instructions, plugged it in, and it didn't do anything. So I found that to enable this, there's a setting in Best Tool, which it's under Motor Config General Advanced, and there's an auxiliary output mode. By default it is set to off, so when you turn the board on, it doesn't send a signal through that pin to enable the converter. I had first set it to on when running and found that whenever that was set, I mean, it powered on when the board turned on, great, but there was a flickering in the buck converter where it was enabling and disabling just sort of randomly, which caused flickering in the lights. So I found that by setting it to on after 2 seconds, it enables perfectly. I have no idea why that makes any difference, but if you have the same setup, just try it. It worked for me, and it seems to be great. And yeah, that's really it. I am excited to put the lids on this thing and get the rest of the build finished. I think it looks great. Thank you, Stanley and VOW Systems, for making such a cool setup with the Fusion Core and these boxes, which are super high quality. Yeah, that is all, and I'll let you know when I finish this build.